Well, if it ain't Shy Mizrahi back at it again on his stupid little YouTube channel. You're right, I have nothing worth your time, but you're still here. So guys, before we actually get started today, I have some announcements to make. I hope you're ready for this. First thing is that I need to apologize because if you guys remember a couple videos back, I was talking about apologizing about making a joke about arthritis because now I have arthritis. Doctor called, they messed up, so I actually don't have arthritis. So this is the apology for the joke. For the summer, I'm hoping to rent out a camera, actually this one that I'm using right now. Maybe actually a Sony camera so I can do some slow motion. My plans for the summer are pretty crazy, guys. I have my notebook here, literally all of this here. Those are all plans. Either way, so those are the announcements. Either way, let's get started with the video. Oh my goodness, we just came out of my chest. Well, so what is the video about today, Mizrahi? Well, so as you can tell from the title, clickbait of the video, this is my top 5 most embarrassing moments of my life history. The last thing, I promise. Last thing is that, okay, so I'm not gonna name names, but in the last video I said something that, I'll just play the clip. What eventually happened was that I asked this girl, we'll name her, hey fans, I need you to mind meld with me. I want you to send the name of someone you're thinking. Harley. No, that's gay. So I think, that's just how I talk. If you don't, the reason I'm bringing this clip up specifically is because someone came to me and they said that I should take it down and edit it and then put it back up and remove that clip specifically because it might offend somebody. I want you guys to know that I do not prejudice against anybody because I've been bullied, maybe not excessively to the point to a lot of people, but I have been. I've been put down by people for being who I am, doing what I want to do, and it's hard, and I understand that. I have nothing against people who are homosexual. I have nothing against people who are heterosexual. I have nothing against people who are transgender. I have no prejudice against anyone who's of color or of height, age, anything. Okay, I accept everybody, and I don't care who you are. If you know me, like if you've met me personally, then you would know that I connect with people on a personal level just instantly. Alright, I just talk to people, I just greet people, I smile at people. It's just my thing. It's hard for me to hate somebody because I don't like doing it, and you really have to just hate me and bother me to the point for years for me to hate you back. I can dislike people because they're annoying, but it's not like I hate them or anything. It's just like they push my buttons and I don't like it, right? I'm not afraid of offending people because I can express myself just the way that I would respect anyone else who expresses themselves. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're a bygone. I don't care if you're a chimp. I don't care if it's JFK who came back from the dead to pick my nose. You can do whatever you want, alright? If you want to show me who you are, I will be more than happy to meet you and talk with you and have a conversation with you. It's not that I don't care about you guys, it's just that I don't really mind backlash because I understand that what I do is what I like and that a lot of people like it as well. Always a pro and there's always a con. There's never one without the other. There's a bad side, there's a good side. Dark side, light side. And in either way, I'm sorry if I have offended you. If I offended somebody, I'm sorry. But if you really get offended like so often on this channel, then please don't watch anymore because I don't want to, what's the point in watching something that you know will offend you? You know what I'm saying? I don't go up to a bully and ask him, hey, roast me right now and then beat me up. There's no common sense in that. If you have a concern, come to me and I will try and correct my language. I will try and correct the way I posturize. Whatever offends you, just come to me and I will see what I can do to fix it in the future. Now moving on as to embarrassing moments. That was number 1. Just kidding. Okay, so number 1. So I'm going in order from least embarrassing to most embarrassing. So number 1. Are you ready for this, guys? Okay, so this happened in my freshman year, I think. Yeah, I think it was freshman year. My Spanish teacher, I think, I was in class and there's this kid who's just obnoxious sitting next to me the entire year, right? So he's sitting there next to me and he keeps talking to me and he won't shut up. Now I try to be a good student, but there are like, I don't know what it is, but like, you know how you just act differently in different classes? You're never really the exact same person every class. It just kind of depends who you're with. Anyway, so this was one of the teachers that everybody hated. And so this dude's talking to me, right? He's like whispering in my ear. He's like, oh, yo, Shy, guess what? I told him, like, this is key, everybody. Ready? I told him quietly. What? I have never even thought Shy could say anything quietly. I know. I'm impressed with myself. And it was in class, believe it or not. Anyway, so I told him quietly to just, you know, leave me alone. I'm like, yo, dude, can you, like, be quiet? I'm trying to pay attention to the teacher over there. The teacher is, like, writing on the whiteboard. And as soon as I like, quietly whisper, it's like a whisper within a whisper. She somehow heard this. As if, like, a worm came up on her shoulders, like, yo, Shy said something in the back of the class. I don't know, to this day, I don't know how she heard this. I was in, like, the second to the back row, and she's all the way up at the whiteboard with her face away from me. She's looking at the whiteboard, writing. If anything, if I were her, this is what I'd be hearing. How do you have time to hear? What? She's writing and she hears me with her Spider-Man hearing, and she's like, huh? Hey. So I'm sitting in the back of the class, and this is what I see. Mr. Mizrahi, would you like to repeat what you said to the class? No. Not really. Well, is that right? Well, Mr. Mizrahi, I'm gonna have to ask you to stand up. Why? Because you're gonna stand there until you tell everybody what you just told your friend there. Okay. Well, everybody, I just told my partner over here to shut up because I couldn't hear the teacher. Well, if it ain't a little liar. Shy, I told you to tell the class what you told your friend there. I just did, Mrs. Teacher. Shy, you're gonna have to stand there until you tell everybody the truth. Told you the truth. Told him to be quiet because I wanted to hear your garbage lesson. I didn't actually say that. I just said her lesson. But it was garbage, if I'm being honest. Well, Mr. Mizrahi, I don't approve of this. Go stand in the corner until the end of class, unless you decide, which I severely doubt, you know, to change your mind and tell everybody what you actually said. And if you still don't tell us the truth, then I'm gonna hold you after class to tell me in private. I would stand in the corner, but I don't really feel like being punished for doing the right thing. What if we punish this guy? But I did end up going in the corner, and I literally just stood there for the remainder of the class. Thankfully, it was like near the end of class. It was like 10 minutes. So I'm just standing there doing my thing. Yo, go suck on a pineapple, partner. Number 2. This one is kind of an awkward one. This one's actually really funny. It was embarrassing, but it was like absolutely hilarious. I will laugh about this for the rest of my life. So what happened was I was trying to scare a friend of mine, right? So we got the building here, right? We got the corner of the building. So I am like around the corner here, right? So if you turn the corner, I'm like right against the corner. There's a sidewalk. So what I had in mind is I'm gonna be waiting at this corner, and I'm waiting for my friend to come out of the building and walk my direction, and then I go jump in front of him and boo, oh my god, oh my god, and I'll be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I got you, I know, something like that. Probably not as retarded, but well, so the reason I would know that this guy is coming out, right, and I would jump in front of him is because I have someone on the phone with me, so I'm waiting around the corner, and I'm like, yo, you just tell me when he's in position. Anyway, so I'm waiting there, and then the guy over the phone is like, yo, dude, he's in position. Like, he said in position, so that usually means like, you know, oh, it's time for you to jump out now. But no, for him, in position meant that he's right outside, like he literally just exited the building. So I jump out, and I'm scaring this dude, and I go, ah! But the dude I'm trying to scare is all the way down the sidewalk at the doors of the building. So I literally just yelled at the air, and this dude wasn't even the guy I was trying to scare. Some random dude, and he just looked at me like, you're a weirdo. How about you just get away from me? Number 3, everybody. You like my little rhyme there? I just made it up. Okay, so when I was going to Israel, right, I was, getting ready to party in the desert. When we got there, it was like our first Sabbath there. Right? So we are going to church in this like taxi bus called Sharut. So we get in this thing, and it's almost like an elongated taxi, right? It's like a bus taxi. So me and my family are there. We all got our seatbelts locked down, and then there's this this couple, an older couple. Probably not like too old, like maybe mid-60s, mid-70s, something like that. But they get on the bus, and if I'm right, they're either from Croatia or Russia, right? One of the two. So they come down the aisle, and this lady, this is like this has to be within the first week that I arrive in Israel, so I don't know any Hebrew. So this couple's coming down, they're shaking everyone's hand, but the husband's not saying anything, he's just shaking the hand, and then the wife, when she shakes her hand, she goes, Ludmila, Ludmila, Ludmila. Now, me being an idiotic 11-year-old, I didn't know that was her name. I thought that was how you say hello in Hebrew. So, that being said, when she came to me, she shook my hand, and she doesn't know any English. That's why she's saying her name. She doesn't know any Hebrew, I don't think. She comes to me, she shakes my hand, she goes, Ludmila. I was like, Ludmila. And then when I get to church, this is the best part. When I get to church, I'm shaking everyone's hand. I'm like, Ludmila, Ludmila. Hey, what's up, Ludmila? It's so dumb. I thought that was how you say hello. I was literally just telling everyone her name. That was super embarrassing, and I will never live it down. My family reminds me about it like at least once a week. This is a good thing about being embarrassed though, because you can laugh about it later. Thankfully, as long as you're like in the right mindset. Okay, this one is number 4. Now this one is super embarrassing for me. It probably, since I'm telling you this story, it probably isn't as embarrassing for you, but for me at the time, it was so embarrassing that it scarred me for the rest of my life that whenever I think about it, I cringe. I don't think I've actually told all that many. I don't think my parents even know about this one because they weren't there for it. But it's so embarrassing. So we're at Six Flags with family friends, right? It was another family, so it's like 2 family and all friends, right? The tetherness. So we're at Six Flags together, and there's this girl in the other family that we're just gonna call her Bree, right? So Bree and I are on like this roller coaster log ride kind of thing, right? So it's not like a roller coaster, it's like a log ride in the water, but it has bigger hills than normal log rides, right? It's not like a little soothing river raft. You just, you got hills up and down while you're doing this. This is part where we're over the hill and we're supposed to drop, right? It's not like a huge, it's a really long and steep one, but it doesn't drop you. It just like slowly lets you down. Bree and I are on the cart, and then it stops. The entire ride just stops when we're like in the middle of the ride, halfway down the hill. We're sitting there for maybe at the most like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. It couldn't have been very long. But for me, I was really young. I think I was like 9 or 10, something like that. For me, it felt like a year. So what happened is that you're in your little log, right, next to whoever's next to you. In my case, it was Bree, not her name. And on each side, it says, in case of emergency, use these steps, right? So there was these signs on each side of us, and it has stairs going all the way down, right? Me being myself, I stood up, I unbuckled my seatbelt, and I stood up on the log, and I turned around, I looked at everybody in front of me. There's rows and rows of people on this ride. I'm like, okay, everybody, in an orderly fashion, get on the stairs. The very second I finished that phrase, the roller coaster thingy log ride started again. It was more like, okay, everybody, in an orderly fashion, get down the stairs. Ugh. It was so embarrassing. It's so hard to think about now. I understand I just said that you need to laugh at yourself every once in a while, but this one for me is just so embarrassing, it's hard to laugh about it. It's just like, oh man, why would I ever do that? It's so dumb. The cringe is real. Oh my goodness, everybody. Yeah, I'm picking up after my video teacher's habits. He randomly sings random phrases throughout class. We take out your notebooks. But now I'm starting to do it. This can be on the next embarrassing video. Surprised I even made this one for you guys, like the one you're watching now. I'm surprised I even decided I would tell you guys this stuff. Number 1! Embarrassing cringe factor times 1,000. Are you ready? Because I'm certainly not. Okay, everybody, something you might not know about me is that I'm a player. The reason I say that is because I had a lover in, get this, kindergarten through 4th grade. It only stopped in 4th grade because I moved. Anyways, so I'll tell you her first name because, you know, we lost contact, so it's not like she knows who I am. She probably, if she saw this face on YouTube, if she just like, she so happened to stumble across me on YouTube and she saw a video like anywhere near this, she'd be like, what a loser. I don't even know who this guy is. Anyway, so her first name's Andrea, right? So in kindergarten, she and I had this super infamous unspoken love, right? Everybody knew it. We knew it. We never said it. No one ever really said it out loud. Okay, guy, girl, group of guy and girl, they all talk. We don't talk, right? But everybody knows. It's like a bubble of knowledge. It's just, you know, it was just something everybody knew. It was my first experience with love, and I lost it. But not before I got really embarrassed, which is why we're here on number 1. Kindergarten, fantastic. 1st grade, loved it. 2nd grade, 2nd grade I had this teacher, Mr. Lane, right? You know, Mr. Lane, he's a pretty chill dude. You know, I can't really say I liked him because I don't really remember much of his classes or anything. He accused me of cheating. He said that I rewrote the word million on my vocabulary quiz, that I changed the letters. I didn't. What an accuser. I've been oppressed. Okay, so it's after lunch and Andrea and I are in our stupid little lines because, you know, elementary school kids don't know what they're doing and we need a line. We're our little centipede trying to get to class. When I was in the womb, I learned how to flirt at the most proper level, the most educational level. I am a proper, educated, intelligent, maybe sexy, flirtatious man. And I'm so humble. Let me just tell you flat, I'm so humble. Anyway, so I'm right behind her. And as my flirting tactic, you know, she had like this curly, dark brown hair. It was like really dark. It was super pretty. Thank goodness, you know, I don't have a girlfriend. I'd probably be shot in the head at this point in the video. She would like ponytail her hair, right? So we're in the lunch line trying to get back to class, but something stopped us, so we're just waiting at the door of the cafeteria, and she's right in front of me and was like, well, you know what would be really cool is if I just slightly, barely even tugged on her ponytail as a flirting tactic. I was at it for 2 years, kindergarten and 1st grade. 2nd grade, I'm on my top of my game. I'm the forbidden fruit, everyone. It wasn't like I was yanking her hair. I was just like, ding, ding, ding. And she knows for a absolute solid concrete fact that I'm playing. She feels her hair get pulled a little bit, but it's, like I said, I wasn't like yanking her down to the floor and chaining her there, right? So she follows the movement and she starts smiling, she starts laughing. And then every time I did it again, she would go further and then she would like eventually start hitting her head on my chest. I'm just too much, which is why I'm single. So Mr. Lane, for some reason, like I said, we're stopped in the line, but for some reason Mr. Lane's is waiting around, waiting for me to cause trouble. He's like, let's see, who could I get in trouble? Shy. He spotted me like right away. He's like, Shy, stop pulling her hair. You and I are gonna have a big talk. We're calling your mother. And I was like, OMG. So he grabbed me by the wrist, which I should have reported. Grabbed me by the wrist and he told the class to wait there and he got a teacher to watch over his class. He said, just take him back to my room. And he took me to the room across from our classroom. So what happened was I enter into that room and Mr. Lane's grabbed me by the wrist and with his other hand, he's like dialing on those office phones. And he got my hand, phone.
Yeah, it's just, Mrs. Mizrahi.
Yes, it is. What can I help you with?
This is Mr. Lane, and your son's a sociopath.
Huh?
You heard me. He was tugging on girls' hair.
So, if that wasn't bad enough, I'm streaming tears because I feel
so offended. I'm
just kidding. I was just like super embarrassed, super nervous I was gonna get in trouble. I thought I was gonna get expelled for some reason. Like, oh my gosh, I touched her.
I'm just so angry with him. So I'm just gonna give him to you.
He just gave me the phone and he forced me to talk to my mother and explain it. He didn't say that I tugged her hair or anything. He made me tell my mom a lie. What was bad was that as I'm crying and expressing my lie to my mother, the classroom that we're in, its class starts coming in. I was crying and I was like doing that weird like kindergarten sob, like like, you know, that their diaphragm's broken or something. Anyway, so the class comes in and they're like,
Oh my gosh, I is crying.
you loser. So then Mr. Lane's like,
You guys keep laughing at him. Oh wait, no, sorry, you guys need to leave. I did not mean to say that. I'm a good teacher.
so yeah, long story short, I cried in front of half a classroom of kids while I was lying to my mom. Oh, and on top of that, I goofed up with the girl. That was my top 5 embarrassing moments of all time. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and of course, stay tuned for the next video help in the, I think it's part 2 out of the part 3 series. If you guys like this video, go on ahead, show it by clicking the like button. And if you want to see more content, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified whenever we make more stuff like this. I will see you guys in the next video. And of course, have a good day. Bye.